What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Tom from RustKote Total Care. We're here in Buffalo, New York. We have our Shop Maverick. We've lowered it. We're waiting on wheels and tires. We've done the window tint on it. We've done the bed liner, the tonneau cover. So our next step, we're going to do the full rust proofing. Obviously, we're in Buffalo, New York, so this time of the year, the vehicles get pretty nasty and salty. So we're going to do the whole prep process right now of what we do on vehicles in the winter. We're going to do the full exterior, rinse that down. We'll spray the rust proofing product inside the doors, the quarters, the fenders, rockers, every single panel. And then we'll do the whole spray on the undercarriage, the wheel wells, inside the frame. So we'll show you that process. This time of year in the winter months in Buffalo, we just came off, a few weeks ago it was 60 and sunny, and we just woke up with like 6 inches of snow on a Sunday. So they salt the heck out of the roads again. So we just want to dry off, or rinse off, wash off any remnants of the road salt. Not that it matters, the RustKote Rustproofing will neutralize it, but it's just one less step at the end when we're done. Because after we do the rust proofing, you want to try and, you wouldn't want to wash like this in the wheel wells after we just did the fresh rust proofing. Give the rust proofing as much as possible to kind of bind it in the metal and set up. So we're just doing a pre-rinse. I'm pretty sure on the Maverick, this is like recycled water bottles, and I know like these, even the high-end ones that have the leather, it's like a synthetic leather.
So it's really a green vehicle then?
That's what they were going for, yeah. Plus affordable. Yeah. So you get the vehicle on the lift. We obviously prep it. We open up all the doors, hoods, hatches, tailgates. We have a unibit, a special drill bit, doesn't leave an ugly hole. We have factory spec beveled edges, 3/8 plugs. We're going to drill one in each door. So on this vehicle, we've done the 4 doors have plugs. We like to go around the lower part of the corner so the customers don't have to stare at them when they get in. These new Mavericks, the rear quarter is just bolted on. So normally you would drill a hole into the quarter so that you could get above the wheel well. But in this application, and every vehicle's different, you'll see once we're under there that a lot of cars are prone to rust around the rear tire. So in this application, the way they have it built, that's just completely wide open. A lot of your standard truck is an outer skin with an inner weld. They have to weld it, cuff it, seam seal it. This is just strictly bolt on. So this is our top coat rust proofing. That looks like steam. It's actually an oil-based product. Go around the wheel wells. Inside every panel. Not sure if you can see it on the camera. Looks like steam is coming out of the doors. It's actually a light film of oil. And we then follow up just with a quick Main thing in here is to get these lower cavities where the lower fender meets the rocker. You get those cavities in there. And then I just went down and did all the seams lightly, which again, you don't need to go heavy where it's dripping. It's just a light coat. So it's just a light, quick coating. And you can see it actually displaces the water. But our Rustproofing RustKote, it's designed, it's an oil blend. There's a lot of polymers, there's a lot of chemistry. It neutralizes road salt. Again, it chases away the moisture, the water. Healthy metal, it will leave a protective film. So all these seams, everywhere that we treated, especially on a white vehicle, this over time, that will leave like a chalky film once that sets up. So we can actually get a little bit in this panel just where it's open. And the idea behind this is to get your product around this wheel well. You'll see in the future videos, we're gonna have to, once we wrap it, we're gonna have to clean these edges really good so when the wrap folds around that it doesn't get rubbed into the oil, or else the wrap will peel up. The tailgate has factory holes. Other side's a good one. All the edges, all the mechanisms. Most important on tailgates is this bottom seam. You go kind of heavy on that bottom seam because again, that's where the snow, salt, all the pack, that's where everything's going to be. Like to hit the hitches. Can't have too much on the bottom. Product is safe for electrical. Could hit our wiring. So we did the passenger side. Same thing over here. Get product around the wheel well. Blow some back into this quarter. And these seams and edges are very tricky because you get customers that want to see it dripping forever. And you get customers, we've done X5Ms, we've done GLS AMGs, where people want their vehicle oiled and treated, but they want it to look like nothing has ever been done to it. So you got to either be light or super heavy, but it's going to drip off. Putting our plugs back in. Little cavity down there is important. Even just the grime, everything that sits on here, the salt and the snow when you drive along this edge, that's going to protect it. The RustKote application is a once a year, so we recommend it annually. So these holes we always treat product around there before we put the plug back in. That way we can warranty the holes that we drilled, that there'll never be rust from those spots. There's some competitive rust proofing that's oil based, but it's like a thick Vaseline. And that inside the panels, how ours is like a steam, the competitor's thicker stuff is like toothpaste. So if you don't get it where you want it, it's not covered. So we'd kind of do just a blanket spray under the hood. This product will creep and move. It's designed to adhere to metal. And then we kind of just 360 spray around the hood. The hoods are always going to start to rust or corrode on the edges. Even aluminum ones, they will still corrode along the edges. And I don't know if you could see it, but that's just a light film. And we'll set up. And then on the Maverick, you can see what's nice is, again, the way that the fender bolts on, you have full access, and then you can see over here where it meets the door. This is a nice part about the Mavericks, the build quality, well, or lack thereof. There's no sound insulation in here, so from my world, for rust proofing, it's nice because we can get everything. You can get it in these fenders. There's your horns, top of the frame. Our product is safe for electrical, so right there's your hybrid. Orange is hybrid or electric wire. Never want to really touch that. The unfinished, it's funny because a lot of these Fords, Broncos, Mavericks, there's literally studs here that would hold like the plastic intake covers, or the plastic cover, and they make it so they make these parts with the studs on them, but they don't put a cover on it, like it's incomplete. So bottom, I like to do a nice uniform spray. We'll get above these shields with our wands. Rockers, pinch welds. You don't have to really hit the felt shields. Because our product is lighter, we can spray it on exhaust components. It will eventually burn off, but it is good for the hangers. There's a lot of rust proofing products out there that you cannot spray on the exhaust. They'll burn, they'll catch fire. Can't spray differentials, it will throw off the balance. It's interesting working on a pickup truck that doesn't have a drive shaft, because this is front wheel drive with the hybrid. So all you have is the exhaust rolling through. But then I think that helps the interior room. It keeps the floor low. So we just ran the bottom coat, our RustKote bottom coat, and our airless sprayer. Now we're back to the top. It's air and product mixed. This is going to get in the frame, in the rockers, above the shields, above the spare tire, above the fuel tank. So everywhere that you can't direct spray, this wand will do the trick. So that was our full RustKote Rustproofing on the Shop Maverick. We did the top coat in the doors, the hood, the tailgate. We did the bottom coat on the frame, undercarriage wheel wells. We double up in the wheel wells with both products. We're going to do the post wash after the rust proofing, what we would do before we give it back to each customer. You don't want a car wash for 7 to 10 days. We don't like car washes, period, but obviously our customers, especially in Buffalo, they do. So you don't want a car wash for 7 to 10 days. You're gonna notice some steam off, some smell, some drips for a couple days. That is normal. We recommend, obviously, once a year. But you can see how we sprayed heavy on this rim. It kind of moves around, sets up. You can see the overspray in the air along the paint. That's an oily film. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. That was the full RustKote Rustproofing on the Shop Maverick. Like, comment, or subscribe.